Alright everyone, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Christina, aka That Variety Nerd, and today we are back with this week's NXT reaction video. Last time around, we had Balor versus Cross Round 2, and now we will hopefully find out who the next number one contender will be. So, as per usual, grab your snacks, grab your choice of beverage, and get comfy and cozy, because we are about to dive into some NXT reactions for this week. Okay, so last night on Raw, they were advertising the triple threat match that we're getting as like the opening match, and the way that they presented it, I thought for a split second that they were calling up Pete Dunne over to Raw, and I literally screamed, "No!" Just because I'm like, Pete needs to win the NXT Championship at some point first. That would be great. And not to mention, I feel like Pete would be a better fit for SmackDown just because of the more sports feel style. And plus, I have y'all seen Raw, especially since WrestleMania? Well, we need to have a chit chat about that too. If somebody can please explain to me how Johnny Gargano qualified for this number one contendership match. Didn't the dude just lose his North American Championship 2 weeks ago? Because we remember, we reacted to it. Yeah, but do we not remember how short Gargano's first NXT Championship reign was? I'm so mixed about Kyle O'Reilly with the NXT Championship. I would like to see him as like maybe North American Champion first and then eventually get to the NXT Championship. But he's just still got so much bad blood with Adam Cole still that I don't see it happening. I mean, truly, Pete had the right idea right there. Just go in the corner and just stay out of it. Also, I want to give a bit of a disclaimer that if we skip over some stuff this week, that's because I'm recording this at 10:30 at night, because I was way too busy recording and getting some Sims content together. So just throwing that out there, just a shameless plug. We went through the first round of gameplay in the new pack, and it was it was a disaster. I don't know if anyone else kind of feels this way sometimes, but like every now and then it's like I'm always like interested to see what the champions do with the title, but it's like I also equally am interested in like who's going to win the title off of the champion almost immediately afterwards. Just because I'm like, ooh, I want to see what's going to happen next and that sort of thing. I have no words for what we just saw. What in the world was that? Y'all, nobody watches the picture-in-picture breaks. Okay, but what's Kyle doing? Like, doesn't Johnny get some kind of a rematch possibly for that North American Championship? I don't know. I'm overthinking this. Oh my god. So Gargano just literally countered the bitter end right into this, like, crazy tornado DDT of sorts, and it was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I would hope that the Capitol Wrestling Center is rocking because this is a great match. That is certainly one way how to get out of a submission hold. Oh my god, Kyle's on the top rope! I don't even know what we're watching at this point. But I feel like shenanigans are gonna go down. I haven't really seen any of the results yet or anything like that, so... Are you kidding me? We were having such a good match. Seriously, can you leave the referee alone? We're gonna need to have a chit-chat about this ending. I don't like it. Oh, crap, Regal's ticked. He ain't messing around. He's just going right for Adam Cole. You tell him, Regal. Go get him. I swear to God, Regal better be getting paid overtime for this episode because he literally was running right after Raquel immediately after trying to get Adam Cole out of the building. Oh my god, what is going on here? So you're telling me, like, roughly the first half an hour basically meant nothing? I don't know what's going on. Also, they tend to do this on NXT quite a bit, where it's like the same thing kind of happens back-to-back times, like a weird iffy finish, or, you know, two squashes back to back. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Oh, okay, we have Dakota going after Ember. This is nice. I mean, we've seen them, of course, in tag team action, but I would like to see a singles match between these two. I don't know if it's happened yet on NXT or anything like that, but I would be, you know, looking forward to that match. And if this is setting up possibly Ember versus Raquel, I'm on board with it. All right, so we have LA Knight versus Jake Atlas. But this whole, like, $1 million man situation got me thinking, especially when I mentioned it last week's reaction video. We're actually going ahead with that $1 million tournament. We're doing a $1 million King of the Ring sort of situation. Yeah, that's going to be a thing in Universe mode. It's going to be its own standalone thing, so if you have no idea what's going on in Universe mode, you're fine. It's going to be an 11-part thing with the finals being at what's going to be likely, like, I think, Royal Rumble. Yeah, I think it should be a Royal Rumble. This is where we're going to find out who's the winner. So, you give me this material in like a couple of hours, and we'll cook something up. You know what? I really like Jake Atlas. I just wish that they would do something with him. I could see him being like a decently like featured person in the cruiserweight division, but it's just nice to see him in there because just he just has so much potential. I like LA Knight and everything, but I still don't know what the crap he was doing last week neither with the $1 Million Man situation and the $1 Million Face Off. Oh, speaking of the $1 Million Man, I have a sneaky suspicion that Jake Atlas is going to pull this out somehow. LA Knight just needs to focus instead of kind of just pandering and, trying to tell him to watch him and all this stuff. Okay, Jake Atlas is kind of picking up some steam here. You like to see that kind of fiery comeback. Why is LA Knight just pandering? He's just like stalling on this win. Okay, we get it. Ted DiBiase is watching you, LA Knight, when you should be watching your opponent. I feel like this match should not have gone on as long as it has been, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Jake Atlas won the match. That was a nice little twist at the end. I'm telling you, if this match was like a little bit shorter and LA Knight didn't pander, which may have been part of the story, like maybe he just got overconfident. That could have been possibly been it, because it really wasn't initially on Cameron Grimes necessarily, not until the very end. But overall, it was still a good match. I felt like it was a little too long, but that might just be me. Cole, what have you done since Stand and Deliver? Look, at least Karrion Kross, like, at least he showed up, like, every single week in some kind of capacity. Cole's just been, like, just taking a smoke break for the past couple of months or so until this point. And I like how Karrion Kross is, like, willing to take on anybody and everybody. But it's like, again, like, the last match that we really saw Cole in was at Stand and Deliver against Kyle. So it begs the question, why are Cole and Gargano even remotely being considered as #1 contenders? I could see Pete Dunne's point because he's had some wins racked up. Same thing with Kyle O'Reilly, including that Stand and Deliver match. At least those two add up. Oh, snap. He just called him Mr. Overrated. Dude, you were like a part of a 4-person group for like, what, 3 or 4 years almost? That team was special, but the whole team was special, not just you, dude. Oh my god, Regal, how many times is Regal coming out here tonight? This is a William Regal appreciation household. I don't care what anybody says. You just called him a gas station weasel? Can we have NXT's first Elimination Chamber match? Because I feel like that might work. I feel like an Elimination Chamber match would really suit NXT. I feel like they would run with it, to be honest. So wait, if we're getting all 5 of them, what kind of a matchup are we getting? Are we getting like an elimination style match? Are we getting a first fall to a finish kind of match? Like, give us some more deets. With title matches, we might as well just put the title in the lower third and then whoever's involved in the timestamps. Alright, so we have Kushida versus Carmelo Hayes, and we saw Carmelo Hayes in a vignette before this match began, so I'm interested to see what this dude has to offer. I guess it's his debut match, I think. Look, I'm not going to complain about us getting a Cruiserweight Championship matchup. I mean, that gives us a Kushida match, and Kushida matches just generally deliver, so it's already getting a thumbs up for me. Like, I think it's clear that I think Kushida's going to retain the title, but that doesn't take away from us seeing new people on NXT or in WWE in general. It's always exciting, and I like seeing just new people that I just haven't watched before. Oh, that knee just went right to the shoulder. Hayes is actually hanging in there with Kushida pretty decently, and I'm impressed so far. I'm interested to see what he's going to do next and just where he's going to go. I'm just saying, this has been one heck of a debut. Like, this is the second week in a row now where we've gotten some good debuts. Of course, last week's was short, sweet, and to the point, and that was needed with Frankie Monet. And honestly, that entrance alone is worth the price of admission, honestly. But this has been a great debut right here as well. But overall, this was a pretty solid match. Gets a thumbs up from me. The timing was right, like in the sense of like it wasn't too long, it wasn't too short. And it was a great debut for Carmelo Hayes. He was able to kind of showcase a little bit of what he could do. And that's what you want in a debut. It's not always going to be like, super explosive, but like you only make a first impression on the first time, right? So I'm interested to see where it's going to go next. And I wonder who Kushida's going to take on next, too. I mean, we do have a takeover coming up, so. Okay, I was wondering if we've had a match with The Way. You know what I mean? Okay, well, this answers my question. We haven't seen a tag team match with The Way yet with the titles, so. Am I like the one person that doesn't ship Index whatsoever? I mean, literally, it sounds like the freaking office supply. Come on. Alright, so I kind of low key spaced out on that match, but I mean, The Way won, so cool. I don't know what else to really elaborate on that. I mean, again, we kind of knew who was going to win, but it's like I like Candice and Indy as the women's tag team champions. I totally do. However, can we wrap up this Dexter Loomis situation? See, here's the thing. I don't understand why this match couldn't have been, like, held off until, I don't know, the freaking takeover that's in, like, less than 2 weeks. We're just getting salty here tonight. I have no shame. The salt is real tonight. But truly, I think out of everybody this year, like everybody in Legado del Fantasma, they've kind of won me over this year, just in general. I'm a fan. I will say this though, I like how MSK kind of brings a whole new sort of dynamic to the tag team division, and I really like how each tag team like genuinely feels different. Oh hey, our buddies, Grizzled Young Vets. When are y'all gonna win the tag team titles? Okay, I guess Thatcher and Champa are just taking care of what is Thatcher doing? What is Thatcher doing to James Drake? Was he just like he was like just jabbing his thumb right into his eye right there. But was that necessary? Like we couldn't have gotten something like backstage? I don't know. I probably would have complained about that too, to be honest. We're just feeling salty here tonight. I think chaotic has been an understatement in this week's episode for sure. But this has been a good tag team match. It's been a good watch, and I can't complain one bit. Well, that is certainly one way to indicate that a tag was made. Oh my goodness. I mean, truly, Mendoza just deserves the brownie points. Just because of, what he went through. I think that might have been last episode or the episode before that, but he was like, his nose and everything, and they can kind of see it with the mask and stuff like that, or the nose guard of sorts, I think. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, we were legitimately concerned over here, but at least they addressed it, and they are addressing it kind of this week as well. So, yay for some kind of continuity around here. Oh my god, where did he come from? Where did he come from to bring up the pin like that? MSK retains. Alright. Solid main event, despite all the shenanigans going down, but yeah. Alright, so final thoughts about this week's NXT. We need to have a sit down about this. So first of all, again, this whole The Way versus Dexter Loomis situation needs to end. And secondly, I'm so confused about the NXT Championship situation as well. How did we get all four of them? Did we just throw them in there like it's universe mode and just hope that it sticks? I don't know. Because you could have broken that up into 2 matches possibly, right? Like, whoever would have won, could have gotten the match against Karrion Kross. And then whoever lost, maybe they got added into I don't know, a freaking, like, #1 contenders match at TakeOver. I'm just some food for thought, or even next week on NXT. Either way, it would have worked. But, yeah, this week's was kind of crazy. And then in the main event, they had to go and get Grizzly Young Vets and Ciampa and Thatcher in there for some reason. At least with Bronson Reed, it made sense, and it wasn't, like, totally distracting or anything like that. But why couldn't we have gotten Grizzly Young Vets and Ciampa and Thatcher, like, maybe in a backstage brawl or something like that? I don't know. To me, that kind of distracted me from the match a little bit in the main event. But I overall enjoyed the opener, minus the freaking ending. I also enjoyed the Cruiserweight Championship match. It was great to see a really strong debut, I would say. from Carmelo Hayes. He was definitely impressive and really hung in there with Kushida quite well. And the main event was pretty decent, minus the why were Grizzled Young Vets and Champ and Thatcher randomly duking it out at the top of the stage. I know that Grizzled Young Vets were like trying to interfere in the match and everything, but why? Was that necessary? Just like the Adam Cole situation, was that necessary? I don't know. Just some food for thought. So, overall, this week's NXT was something else. I don't know how else to word it. That it was something else. I'm really hoping that the go home show to Takeover next week goes a little bit smoother, and of course we'll have reactions for Takeover as well. So, on that note, thank you all so much for tuning in. Leave a like, leave a comment. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button just so that way you get notifications when we upload around here. We're keeping pretty busy around here, to say the least. Again, let me know what you all thought about this week's NXT down in the comments down below. I will see you all around later. Bye, everyone.